Welcome back to another Overwatch Coach VOD review. Today we're going to be reviewing a Lucio slash Baptiste player who is in mid-diamond. It says mid-diamond to low masters. I mean, you can only be in one spot at a time, so not totally sure where you're at here. We're just going to say mid-diamond. Okay, you're on PC. It's obviously the Gibraltar map. You're going to be starting on defense, and they write the second point and third point on first round is where I really start playing. Everything else I don't really care about because I was just running around doing nothing. They felt like they did bad this game scoreboard-wise, almost went negative. I play heaps of Lucio. I'm an okay Reddit Lucio. I have my games, but when I play normally, I am lost and unsure of my impact. When I'm not getting frags, am I still helping my team win? Am I playing non-Reddit Lucio properly? I suppose Reddit Lucio is kind of works, but this game I decided not to. Usually I can get a lot of kills when diving with my team, although this game I went 9-9. Main questions: when I am, by I mean myself, not getting frags, am I still helping my teammates win? Is what I'm doing providing value to the team? Am I tunnel visioning? What should I be doing instead? Should I have swapped Lucio? Okay. So Lucio is my main character. Out of all the supports, this is the character I play the absolute most. I played 10 games of Lucio today on, what would this be, Saturday, April 14th, toward the end of Season 9, and I don't know exactly how the win percentage gets calculated, because it's got me at 89% win rate at the moment. This is also a mid-diamond account that I was playing on today. So needless to say, at the rank you're playing at, I win a fair share of my Lucio games. This was an alt account. I haven't been playing a lot of Overwatch in the last couple weeks. And as you've seen on my YouTube videos, I kind of stopped making coaching videos for almost a year, about 9-10 months, something like that. I didn't stop playing altogether, but I did stop playing a lot less. But I'm kind of getting back into things. So this is my second coaching video getting back into the swing of things. But I didn't find Lucio too hard to get back into. And I guess Season 9, Lucio's been pretty strong. So I kind of regret getting back into things as late as I did. So looking at your team comp, your team comp's all over the place. Your Doomfist isn't going to be with your DPS. And the Ana is also going to be with your DPS. So it's going to be one of these things where it's like, who are you going to be pocketing? Or maybe not pocketing is the right word, but like, who are you going to be kind of like gravitating more towards? If you're gravitating more towards these three, do they need speed boost? You know what I mean? Like, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. I mean, like, maybe to dodge a Doomfist, maybe to get out of line of sight of a soldier. You know, that's about it. I mean, I suppose you could kind of speed Cassidy around when he's high nooning. You know, maybe get Ana out of some trouble. Honestly, though, if you're not really going to be playing like a kind of like a dive bombing, or as they say, Reddit Lucio, kind of keeping the Ana safe might be the play. Kind of also is going to depend on what your Doomfist is doing. Doomfist is my least favorite tank to play with, and I do not like playing Lucio with Doomfist. I just don't. I play a lot of Brig when I get Doomfists on my team. I find Brig tends, for me anyway, tends to work well with Doomfist. Take that for a grain of salt, because I mean, you did ask, should I have swapped? Like, if I were in this lobby seeing this team comp, I probably would have went Brig. And this is also coming from a guy who is a Lucio main. So take that for a grain of salt. But let's see how this plays out, and let's go from there with it.
2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Audio medic.
Stop the pain.
That was a good kill. Okay, so the one thing I like to do when I'm on this map is I play inside of here. Now, I'm okay with what you were doing here, but once these bombs go off and you land, I would have played inside of there with your team. That's what I would have done. Yeah, like you land and then I would have went in. Because like in my games, I tend to see snipers coming out of the gate. Or I feel like that Echo would have tried to punish me if I'm out here. Granted, that's not happening to you, but you're leaving yourself a little vulnerable to things like that. So just, I don't know, food for thought. Okay, you kind of backing up to your Ana, that's good. So that counts as one of your kills right there, because I heard a hit marker. So you've got 2 kills. So you said you went 9 and 9, I think. Was that right? 9 and 9. Where did I? Yeah, I went. So you're already up 2-0. So things must go really south really quickly here. Okay, I would not worry about taxing back Soldier. The guy can run. Like I wouldn't worry about that. If it were the Cassidy or something, maybe, but I'd try to just help your Doomfist stay aggressive. Keep your Ana safe. Your Ana's dead, so now you're solo healing. Unfortunate you couldn't finish that off. Maybe you still no.
Let's get loud. Get into this groove.
Okay, as soon as that Doomfist died, or not, he got away, he didn't die. Like,
Get into this groove.
I would be retreating all the way back to where your Doomfist is here. Okay, and you do, alright.
What's up?
Or you tried to, and you got pooped down. That's unlucky. So, just going back and looking at this, I get why you did that. You know, you were trying to get the final kill on the Doomfist, the final blow, and then you couldn't do it.
Let's get some healing beats going.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know that there was anything really different you could have done, except for when you're in this spot right here, you go that way, and I would have tried to have gone that way. I think that's honestly the only thing different I probably would have done here. You're also on Speed Song right now. I would be on Health Song just because you're low, like you need healing.
What's up?
And I mean, you went Health Song anyway, so it's, you know, I just would have been on it a little sooner, but I don't know that it really would have mattered all that much anyway, so.
Turn it up, turn it up. Hot. This is my favorite part. Let's do it fast.
So, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be up here if this were me. I was curious to see how that'd play out before I said anything, but you know Junkrat's like right around that door. Yeah, like right where you're at here, this is kind of where I would have been hovering around, like wall riding on this I don't know, these boxes or whatever you want to call this thing, is probably what I'd be doing. I'd probably be kind of hovering and then shooting above it, dropping down, shooting above it, you know, trying to be like, and then just kind of like coming up different areas, like maybe here and then maybe there, and just, you know, trying to be unpredictable, but yet safe at the same time, and just kind of poke a little bit until your team gets back. Maybe speeding somebody back if or helping them get into a better position a little bit quicker. Being up there felt dangerous to me. It felt like you could. Granted, this didn't happen, which is a good thing, but it felt like you could have been picked early there, and it felt a little unnecessarily dangerous to me.
This dude will heal you up. Yeah, I'll turn it.
You have the same problem I have, maybe. I mean, at least in terms of this game. I feel like I am a magnet to Junkrat tires, so I just want to say I feel your pain, because I hate Junkrat for that very reason right there. I hear fire in the hole, and I just feel like I need to run as far away from anything and everything as humanly possible when I'm Lucio, because that tire is like 9.999 times out of 10, like coming straight for me no matter where I am. So it's just nice to see it's not just me that has to deal with that stupid tire. I've actually gotten to the point where sometimes I'll beat drop to try to prevent that tire from killing me. But you don't have it, which is also unfortunate. The one thing I will say, one of your questions is should you have swapped Lucio? And I know I kind of covered earlier that Brig is usually what I like to play next to Doomfist, but I'm noticing your numbers in this area here, you don't have a lot of teammates in your aura. Your team's very spread out, and I don't think they're gaining much value from you. There's really only one reason in my mind you should be Lucio at this point, and that's going to be Genji's blade. You know, blading to beat drop Genji's blade to kind of circumvent that. But I honestly don't know if it's to the point where it's called for, because I don't think your team is getting a lot of value from you being Lucio.
Hey. Meteor strike. I think we can use some good vibes.
That warms them all.
Match this BPM. Crank up the game. Some hand here. Fed you up. You did the rest.
I wreak chaos.
I don't think you're looking up enough to do the kind of wall riding you're trying to do. This would just be, I don't, this might be a personal preference thing. I would lower your mouse sensitivity just a little bit if I were you. I feel like your mouse sensitivities, it's like almost where it should be, but I feel like it might be a tad too sensitive. But it's an each, you know, it ends up ultimately being a personal preference. You're probably fine with it. I feel like your aim might improve slightly if you bring it down maybe just a notch. I don't feel like your aim is terrible, but I do feel like you could be hitting a little bit more of your shots. That was a good kill.
Gotta go quick. Amp up this beat. Boom, boom. Look at us go.
Where there's smoke, there.
Oh, let's break it. Yeah, I'll turn it up.
I'm on fire.
Why aren't you punching? Like, all these fights right here? So, I'm totally fine with you diving the Ana. It would be nice if you pinged the Ana. I'm not, unless replays don't show pings anymore, they used to. But I just did a VOD review last night and I didn't see any pings in it, but I wasn't sure if they were doing it or not. But I would expect somebody who used to be Masters and is now mid-diamond to ping people. This is a very pingable target just to get the Doomfist's attention to help him help you. But you're doing the right thing here. This is all good. Just ping it. But punch. Like if you punched right here, they're dead.
Where there's smoke,
punch again, like punch.
Oh,
You,
let's break
you
it.
easily could have gotten like 3 punches in on this Ana.
Catch these healing waves.
That beat drop would have been a lot better had you guys have finished off the Ana. I get why you did it. You guys were both low. You wanted to win the fight and all that. I personally like to hold my beat drops to circumvent enemy ultimates like Genji Blade. That's just, again, it's a little bit of a personal preference. I'm not necessarily saying that was the wrong play, but it would have been nice if you could have gotten a little bit more value out of it. But ultimately, Doomfist didn't die and you didn't die, and you could probably attribute that to the beat drop. Oh, never mind. Spoke just a tad too soon, I guess.
Match this BPM. Oh, you want to hear this? When the sound wash over you.
Sorry, I had to. Alright.
Step right up.
Hey. Hello.
Your positioning's good though. I like. Okay, so the one thing I do want to comment about your positioning here is where you're at will make it hard for a Genji to blade you. So that's good. At that point, it's just more of a question of does your team need it for protection? In this case, your team handled Genji masterfully. They did good. So in retrospect of how everything played out, your beat drop was fine. I feel like in a lot of the games I play, if I don't beat drop that Genji blade, my team's getting wiped. You know, I don't know.
Let's do it fast. I love doing it. Turn it up, turn it up.
I do feel like you're shooting the Doomfist a little much. Although I'm fine with, well, okay, now he's full health. Now you get out. Don't pick that fight. So that Cassidy died because he stepped into the trap. You could have pinged the trap and tried to point his attention to it. I don't know if it would have ultimately helped him or not. There was no saving him though. Like at least not on Lucio. But yeah, I do feel like you're really focused or tunnel visioned on shooting the Doomfist. You did ask about that earlier, like am I tunnel visioning? I would say yes, you are tunnel visioning the Doomfist a bit here. You dove the Ana once, and I haven't seen you doing that again. I haven't seen you trying to maybe pick a fight with the Kiriko yet, I don't think. Depending on where Tracer and Junkrat are, you could potentially try to stall out the cart a little bit. It just kind of depends where everybody's at, and based off of how you've been moving around, I haven't really been able to scout that out at all. It might not have been open for you to do that anyway. I can't honestly tell from your point of view that I've been seeing here. That's something I like to look for though. I like to try to stall out the cart if it's available to me to do. That's a rough one. Going high like that, kind of like, here, let's just for the sake of, oops, I hit the wrong button, hit screenshot. Let's just look at the Ana's point of view here. Just to see like where you were to what the enemy Ana sees. So, okay, Doomfist is low, Ana's trying to help, or the Junkrat rather, and then you're up there and you're wide open. So had you have maybe just dropped down, drop down, come back around that way, that's open to you. Either that or just kind of wait it out to your full health and then go up and around, show a little bit of patience, because I don't know, did you notice, let's see, did you have any inclination that Ana was looking up there? Let's see, 'cause I'm actually not sure if he did.
Back back on.
Yep, you did. You did, but it would have been like a super split-second decision. So hard to fault you for that, but you know, retrospect, could have been a safer way of getting out of there.
Hello, hello. This music stops for
But
no
this
one.
is all like spur of the moment decision making, so you know, hard to fault, but
Check. Affirmative.
now careful because you're putting yourself in that same spot. You can see the Ana's there. She'll be able to snipe you if you go out that way again. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, your aim is just slightly off, and maybe it's just a bad game, but I feel like it might be I don't know, it feels like it might be a mouse sensitivity thing if you just drop it just a little bit. I'm not saying don't do anything super drastic to it, but maybe just a little bit. Could be something worth playing around with maybe on an alt account, like just match the sensitivity on an alt account and then maybe drop it by like 0.5 or something and just see, you know, play a few games and pay attention to your accuracy and see if it goes up at all.
Let's break it. Damn! Haha, the sound of defeat.
30 seconds.
Like, you're missing, like, a lot of your shots just aren't hitting anything. You need to reload before engaging.
Got him? On my way.
See, like, you're not helping your team by doing what you're doing, because nobody's in your aura. Your Doomfist could use help, and you could dive that Kiriko. But I think you're scared of the Ana, maybe? The other thing is you're not contesting the point at all, either. And I feel like that would have been open to you a bit.
Heel to this beat. Amp up this beat.
Yeah, your team is definitely not getting much benefit from you on the third point. I wouldn't be diving onto there. I would have just been trying to die on the cart and just buy time for your team to respawn there, because there wasn't anything for you to do there. Their whole team is alive and it's pretty much just you, so.
Let's get loud. Let's stop that payload in its tracks. Oi.
Ready.
Alright, so let's look at, let's back up just a teeny bit here. Okay, so team comp again. I kind of see the same situation here. Feel like a Brig might, or a Zen, if you play Zen. Feel like those two heroes would probably benefit this team the most here. If you're feeling a little bit more damage happy, you could try Bap or Ilari. I think they would be fine if you played them too. Because, you know, it's going to be very open. You know, there's no shields. There's not much in terms of damage mitigation. So I do feel like Lucio's not the greatest hero pick here. The other thing is, it's like your team's going to be very split again. Cassidy's going to be looking for angles. Echo's going to be flying around. Doomfist is going to be diving. And then that just leaves you with a circle. And it's going to be like, who's really going to be clumped up here to really benefit from you healing them? And then the Ana's going to be probably the one pushing the cart, I would assume, unless it ends up being you, but I doubt it. So then, like, Ana's going to be on cart, you know, sniping from a distance. And it's like, there's just, I don't see a lot of synergy with Lucio with this team comp.
Heel to this beat.
We're on. Yeah.
Let's get loud. Quicken the pace.
And then also, I should say too, in terms of like beat drops, unless you're just going to be initiating all the time with them, there's not a lot for Lucio to be beat dropping here. Like Tire, Nano, I suppose, or something, like one of those two ultimates maybe, but you know, if you're a Lucio main, you know neither of those ultimates are alone worth beat dropping consistently or just calling for Lucio. So again, it's just, I don't know. I'm not seeing the synergy in this one. I could have maybe shot that Symmetra Sentry.
Catch these healing waves.
Yeah, that's not a fight you want to pick. Could help your Echo a little.
You want that louder? Pick it
Wait to reload. Yep, good.
I feel this in my
Kill that Metro Sentry, maybe. Just one thing there I would maybe recommend is instead of shooting that sentry right there, just speed sawing up to it and punch it just to save yourself a little ammo, because a lot of times Lucio feels like he's just reloading his gun constantly, so if you can save yourself a little bit of ammo in a situation like that, just do it. And I will say too, I don't notice you punching like at all, and Lucio is, you get good value from punching with Lucio. He's a high mobility character. You're going to be up close and personal at times. Punch.
What's up? Let's get loud. This beat will fill you up.
Yeah, I like the boop where you're, booping the Doomfist a little bit more into your team.
Get into this groove.
Okay, he did it again. That's good. That's a good habit to get into. Just be careful it doesn't get you killed, because there it did. Like, you overextended a little bit to do that, and you paid for it this time. But the general gist of what you're trying to do is good. Just maybe pick and choose your spots a little bit more.
Follow through. Heel to this beat.
Yeah, see, again, the picking and choosing a spot. Say you boop them a little bit forward, they would have been able to get out of that, most likely, unless this Doomfist is like high charge and already has a punch charged up. Like, that would have really been the only way. Or if you nail like, a quad headshot on Lucio with your next, 4 shots, that maybe then. But like, by picking and choosing your spots, you knew like, okay, Anna's got a line of sight in the area that you're at. She just killed me with it. Anna's been sniping me fairly well this game, so there Anna's got fairly good aim, or she's not being pressured enough so that she can really kind of focus more on her aim. I don't want to peek the Anna too much until maybe things get a little bit more chaotic. That would be kind of what's going through my mind, whereas you're kind of poking and feeding the Anna a little bit here. Granted, she's already got her ultimate, but it's...
Oh, you want to hear this?
Tunnel visioning the Doomfist a bit. He's mitigating this damage, and he's gonna turn it on your team here, so I wouldn't be shooting that.
Let's get into a healing rhythm.
The rule, okay, I'll just throw this out here for people. When you're playing against Doomfist, play against a Doomfist like you would a Zarya. If they're low and then they start, doing their little mitigation charge up thing, treat it like Zarya. If they're already low, then keep shooting at them, like we just saw there where he kept shooting at him. Now, that Doomfist there was not low though, so what we just saw right here. Okay, this Doomfist were like there. If he was like that, do what this player Vibera does and keep shooting this Doomfist. But this one is at what, 115% health or whatever. This is not a Doomfist to be shooting here. Don't shoot this. Or even this. Even this isn't enough. Don't shoot this. Even this is not enough. Don't shoot this. Okay, we are beat dropping because of what? Are we just trying to initiate, or are you worried about the Doomfist ultimate? If you're doing it because of the Doomfist ultimate, I don't know that if that's necessary. If your team's calling for it to initiate, then so be it. I guess it's just the reasoning behind it that I would question this ultimate on. But if your team was like asking for it to initiate, then fine, you know. But if you were just worried about a Doomfist ult, I would just try to pay attention to where he's coming down and then speed your teammates out of it. Good boop. Oh wow, he still got up there. Yeah. He's nanoed, fight's over, just whatever. Oh, and then you have a lever. Do they come back?
Another day, another battlefield.
Payload is coming through.
Let's get you all ready. Show you. Stay alive for me.
I'm just curious if they come back or not. The one thing I'll say about Baptiste swap here, Baptiste can't heal Echo, like, barely at all. So if this were like still an actual game, you know, now you have a lever, so it's pretty much over. But if you had a different DPS, then I would like the Baptiste swap maybe. But with an Echo, this is not the greatest of swaps, just for whatever that's worth.
See me? Now you don't. Immortality field deployed.
I'm just keeping this on fast forward because if this is just going to be a 4v5, then there's really nothing to review here.
What's up? Thanks for the help. Stay near the immortality field.
Oh, they come back. All right, let's review the final fight, I guess.
Hello there. Let's go. Hi.
10 seconds.
Time is running out.
Oh, we're back on Lucio. Okay.
Heard.
I have the payload.
It's out there.
Yeah, I mean, only thing I would have said to do differently here,
I have the payload. Sound therapy. I have the payload. Sound therapy.
so, okay, number one, save your boop. Don't use it like that because you would have booped the sim like more towards safety. So number one, save your boop. Don't use it there because she's not low. Like try to use boop for like, okay, like disproportionate, displace is, I think is the word I'm trying to look for here. Like displacing enemies, which you've been doing, so you know to do that. Use it as like a finishing blow maneuver with punch. Punch you haven't been doing. Throw punches now, moving forward. Or to boop, you know, off the map, that kind of a thing. But in a case like this, save your boop for like maybe if you can get the sim low and then use it as a finishing maneuver. But the other thing is try to just live on the cart, buy your team time to get to the cart, and take out sim sentries. And also play more toward the health pack, and then use that. Try to get to that health pack and use it. Instead, you kind of hover more toward the right. There's nothing over there that can help you. Had you have played more like in this area, you could have speed songed over, quick grabbed the health pack and got back over, and probably would have been able to play that well enough to kind of delay and extend the game a little bit. And then at that point, who knows what happens? Maybe you get the point, maybe you don't. I don't know. But yeah. So, okay, just to go through your questions real quick. Are you still helping your teammates win in that game? No, I didn't feel like you helped your teammates that much. And what you were doing in that particular game, I didn't feel like you were helping your team much at all. Being around, what I like to do when I'm playing Lucio is, obviously it depends on the map, but on a map like this, I'm going to try to hover around a type of player who, like, if it's going to be the tank, if it's going to be the DPS, but I'm going to try to mirror where they go, unless I see something that's diveable. I didn't really notice you picking many fights against the enemy team, like trying to find, let's say, the Ana, trying to find the Kiriko, it felt like you tunnel visioned on the Doomfist too much. Which is your next question? Am I tunnel visioning? And I would say, yeah, you did tunnel vision on the Doomfist. What you should be doing instead, what on defense, I would have been looking to potentially stall out the cart a little bit more. Look for opportunities to harass the enemy supports. Look to be around your team a little bit more. That's what I would have been doing differently. I personally would have been looking to counter enemy ultimates with my beat drop. That might be a little bit more of a stylistic choice difference between you and I. But take it as advice. Maybe you'll find you like doing that more than how you've been using beat drop. Maybe you don't. I don't know. And then should you have swapped Lucio? Honestly, if it were me, I would not have played Lucio there. The two characters I would have recommended the most to go with would have probably been Brig number 1, and then Zen number 2. I find Brig against and with Doomfist, in my experience, has been beneficial. You could have bodyguarded the Ana, kept her safe, maybe got her being a little bit more aggressive. That probably will mean that you are going to be the cart princess, which I know isn't the most fun thing to do, but hey, if it wins you the game, is it the worst thing in the world? I don't know, So that would be my 2 cents from watching your game. Hope that was helpful. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.